Hi there, Janko Rutgers here for GeoOM TV with Mark Malkoff, who recently did the Netflix challenge. Tell us a little bit about what was the Netflix challenge.
The Netflix challenge, I am one of 26 million subscribers on Netflix streaming, and I just got obsessed with this idea of how many movies on Netflix I could watch in a month on streaming, and at the same time get the best possible value for my $7.99. So that's what I did. I set out to see how many movies I could watch in a month.
How many did you watch?
In 1 month, I watched 252 films, that is 404.25 hours, and 3.2 cents per film. And I did watch the closing film credits, 29.4 hours.
And during this process, was there anything that you learned about Netflix that you didn't know about the service before in terms of selection or features or anything surprising?
What I learned about Netflix is that you can really watch 252 movies in a month and not get bored from your selections. I always had great selections to choose from. I did learn that Netflix customers are very passionate because they would tweet me, they would Facebook me at all hours of the day with film selections. Mark, you have to watch this on Netflix streaming. So yeah, maybe I just wasn't aware of how just passionate the customers were. So I learned that.
And you used a lot of social networks to get references or to get suggestions for movies. Did that work, or was it better to rely on the Netflix engine, or what's the best way to find stuff, I guess?
I think it's good to rely on both people's suggestions as long as you're a little bit careful. You might want to look at Rotten Tomatoes. At the same time, the Netflix search engine, I certainly went through a lot of their choices. Certainly they made me aware of a lot of stuff I didn't know about. So I think it's a little bit of both. Twitter and Facebook was good. A couple times their suggestions not happy with, but yeah.
Single worst movie you watched during the month?
The worst movie?
Yeah.
The worst film that I watched, maybe Three-Headed Shark. It was like Three-Headed something shark. Not good. Titanic 2, probably not the best movie. They tried really hard. Like Troll 2 was a bad movie, but it was such an amazing bad movie that should be in classics under bad movie for classics. That's probably notoriously one of the worst movies ever made. But in terms of like the Razzie films, Geely, not the best. I wouldn't recommend it if you want to be happy.
Did you find something that was surprisingly good that you didn't watch before?
Surprisingly good. I watched a bunch of movies that I had a theme day, which was things I normally wouldn't watch, and I watched the Justin Bieber documentary, and it was actually good. I liked it. I don't know if I want to admit that. So yeah, that surprised me. High School Musical, I forced myself to watch, and I enjoyed it. I was actually singing along at some of that stuff in the privacy of my own home. So yeah, that kind of surprised me.
So 252 movies, that's a whole lot of data.
Yeah.
Did you get a letter from your ISP afterwards?
I have not heard from my internet service provider yet, but I'm pretty sure that they hate me.
Last question. Netflix is only one, but many services out there offering online video. What's next for you? Are you going to watch all of YouTube?
If I watch all of YouTube, I think that will take up my entire life plus many other lives. The YouTube is just like, the amount of stuff on YouTube is just so overwhelming. I can't imagine getting through everything. I think the Netflix experiment was perfect medium because they have a lot of films, but it's not like YouTube where it's just it's crazy overwhelming. 60,000 titles on Netflix actually could last many lifetimes. But yeah, I was totally content with the selections I had.